We've covered many stories and talked about gentrification and its effects. And its effects is always detrimental in our communities. Now you have Howard University. They came up in the news because you have these new residents that's moving into DC, since that's being gentrified now, when DC used to be considered a chocolate city. But all these new residents are coming in and doing what they normally do, not respecting anything. So you had a little clip that come out. The Howard University and most HBCUs have a place called the Yard, where everyone kind of congregate, or people, passing through, etc. Now this is on a college campus. You're having these new residents decide to go through the Yard and letting their dogs do whatever they want to do. But let me go ahead and roll the clip.
University is silent so far about its official stance, but students have plenty to say, accusing neighboring residents of using the Yard, which is the heartbeat of Howard University's campus, as an outdoor gym or a place to walk their dog.
The Yard is for the students, and although everyone loves pets, I feel like it's disrespectful to have the pets just running around, especially when there are several parks around here. If they come on the Yard and they're just walking through, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but I still feel like there are other ways to get around DC without having to cut through a college campus.
They're in part of DC, so they have to work within DC. If they don't want to be within DC, then move the campus. I think we need to work together, and I don't think it should be a he or there or here. It's our community, and that's how it should be.
So you heard the young brother stated, they are just running through there, exercising, walking their dogs through there. Dogs need to defecate and do whatever they want to do. And then this guy say if they have a problem with it, they need to move the university. Okay, move a university that's been there since 1867. I mean, if anybody need to move, you move. The university been there since the 1800s. A little bit after slavery. But it's no respect. It's no respect at all. And see, the deal with gentrification and why black people talk about that so much, because I've heard all, forms of the argument. They would say, well, wouldn't you be happy that they're bringing in new businesses and they're bringing in, better places to live, etc. It would be a good thing if it wasn't the way it happens. Because see, this is what happens. These new people come in, they have no respect for the people that's already there. They have no respect for them because they know the way gentrification is set up, they're going to get them out of there. So it won't be long at all. You see, they raise property taxes on homeowners who already probably own their home, etc., right? They raise rent on people who's leasing or people that's going month to month. People that maybe say their rent was maybe $800, just calling a random number. Now, because these new people that moved in, now your rent then went up to $1,500 a month. Is that right? That's not right for anybody, especially in the majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. A big increase in rent like that would kill most people when you're not expecting it. If you own a home and you got a certain budget for your property taxes, if your property taxes skyrocket on you, you can't afford it anymore. You could lose your home that you can even pay for due to property taxes. That isn't right either. See, they need legislation to stop that. They need laws against that. My thing is this. You can move in all you want, but property taxes shouldn't increase on no one. And a person already has a lease, they should not be able to up the rent not that quick. It'd be a slow increase, but not just balloon someone's payment like that. That's not any kind of human decency. And the thing is, you don't care about people. You don't care about the residents because you have multiple things with this. You have the race aspect and you have this, social class aspect as well. So you say, oh, I don't want these kind of people in this area over here. I don't want those people anymore. And I told you guys this. They sat down and had a concerted effort and meeting to say, you know what, we're coming out of the suburbs and we're going back to the cities. Because see, at one point in time, they were in the cities, but then after integration, they had white flight. So they all ran out of the cities to the suburbs. So they all had a meeting. I mean, because it's just too much coincidence to say it's not a meeting. We know these people plan every step of the way. They don't just haphazardly do anything. You know this, okay? So they planned all this. This is why you see gentrification happening in all these areas and all these major cities. And if gentrification ever came to your area yet, it's coming. I told you guys that. You see that Starbucks sign erecting your neighborhood, all of a sudden you start seeing all these vegan spots pop up. I mean, white-owned vegan spots pop up. You start seeing all that, you already know gentrification is coming. And it don't want people like you and me in those areas unless we had that kind of money to stay there. Areas that you probably couldn't go in at one point in time. Now you have, little white women walk around with their dogs 2-3 o'clock in the morning like a care in the world. Nothing, trash getting picked up all of a sudden. The police, they making sure, the element is not around. Oh, it turns around like it ain't nothing. That's why I tell people, there's no such thing as a bad neighborhood. There's no such thing. Because the moment these people want that area, that so-called bad neighborhood, it'll be the best place ever to be. These people will sit there and go to your home and try to knock on the door and ask you want to sell your home. And that's what Nipsey Hussle was fighting against. People not selling their home in that area. But this is happening all over the place. I got to see just even a little bit of it in Harlem. And when I talked to the residents, how they said that they were sad to see that because everything was changing and these people have no respect for Harlem and what Harlem was. That's the thing. They don't come in and say, hey, I just want to, I live here and I want to be a part of the community. No, they don't do that. They come in to take it over and they come in to change everything. And they can't wait for you to get out. That's their attitude when they come in. As they said in this particular news piece, or when I look at many articles, this colonizer said you need to move a university. So for what? So you can walk your four-legged dog and let your four-legged dog go poop somewhere when you can go walk somewhere else and take that dog somewhere else? You see, so college students trying to get their education, that's not important. They need to move a whole university for a four-legged dog. I told y'all a long time ago, these people value a dog way more than they value you. You should see how they cry over a dog. Oh, they cry over a dog. And many of us got dogs, but they take it to the next level with a dog. But I mean, come on, man. It's just like I said, this once again, I'm going to keep saying this to black folks. They do this to us because of the wealth gap. This is why reparations is important. This is why reparations has to be a deal breaker for us in the area of our voting. It has to be. If we don't get reparations, we should not vote at all. It's just that simple. We should not care about no Donald Trump. I don't care what he got going on. If we don't get reparations, we don't need to vote. It's just that simple. You can't pressure me. You can't shame me. And many people that's listening, you can't pressure them or shame them at all. You can't. Anyone talking about doing Southern reparations, I'm going to listen to you and I want to see what you're going to do. And this is why that we here said, OK, well, you have one candidate that's really pushing it. Give them a chance to get on the debate stage, at least that much. This is why I had stated that, hey, donate $1 to Marianne Williamson's campaign just to get her on the debate stage and let her know that, hey, we helped her push it over. So you want to hear about reparations. Now, anytime you come up with any kind of criticism about me saying that, I'm going to retort that. One person said, oh, well, Phil's promoting a white Jewish woman to speak for us. Well, you had Barack Obama for 8 years. And how did that get us? What did that get black people? Everybody else got something out of Barack Obama except African Americans, black Americans, whatever you want to call us. You can look at his fact sheet and see that. We didn't get nothing out of the deal. A new way of thinking about politics. It's not about no color. It's about the business. Are you affiliating with the black agenda? Are you going to do the things that we need you to do to get out and vote? I don't care who it is. I told y'all that. If Trump was to come out and say, hey, I'm going to do this and this is my policy, I'm going to make sure I get it done. OK, we can consider him, too. Every candidate is on the table at this point, no matter who you are. Now, the ones who are against reparations like Bernie Sanders or many others, they X'd off my list and they should be X'd off your list. But the ones that say, hey, that's something I want to do. And Marianne Williamson is the only one that's even wrote out the way they want to do it. Now, some people complain about the amount. My thing is you can always negotiate amounts. But the fact is getting, the people in place to make sure some things happen. And then after getting people in place to make sure some things happen, we also need to get rid of the Congressional Black Caucus. Every last one of them aren't worth a piece of crap. They not. Because look what's happening in DC. They right there in DC. Supposed to be Chocolate City is being gentrified. Come on. I mean, you need some people that's going to come in and fight for the people in the community. Period. And they're not doing that. They're sellouts. They fight for corporations. So we got a lot of work to do in Black America. We have so much work to do. We ain't got time for people that complain. We don't have time for hanger-ons. We won't have time for people just run off at the mouth and not trying to do nothing, just causing problems. We don't have that kind of time because time is short. We will get to that zero net worth if we don't do something now. You think gentrification is bad now? Wait till you get to that zero net worth. You're really going to see how they treat you. You're going to see. Everybody going to be stepping over Black folk. And you're going to do nothing but to sit there and say, oh, it's messed up. What's happening to us? Trust me, they're trying to put us at a extreme permanent underclass status. All the immigrant groups coming in is above Black people. That's the way they're setting that up. Everybody can come in our communities and make money and gentrify and do very well. And we stand by and do nothing. So we have to fix everything now. Get rid of all these Black politicians that's not for the community. They need to go. And some of y'all gonna have to start running. It's just that simple to replace these people, these career politicians that you know they're straight sellouts. So we got to be about the business because what's happening in this story, these people not letting up no time soon. So we got to make sure to let our critical vote, because they need the Black vote, tell them reparations or no vote. Leave me a comment and think about this particular story about gentrification. It's one of many, ladies and gentlemen, and it's only coming through to destroy our culture and our heritage in certain areas.